Hey everyone, when you're here, comment. Hey everyone, when you hear, comment for me, and please do like and share this video, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. AJ, I forgot to hit the damn. I accidentally just hit the live, so we
Oh,
are
we're
live.
good. We're good.
I was like, damn it, I hit the live. I meant to hit a countdown. I forgot. Hey everyone, I got AJ here.
Hey,
AJ, you want to
guys.
tell everybody what you do?
Yeah, so my name is AJ Austin. I'm the vice president at the Exchange Hotel Civil War Museum in Gordonsville, Virginia. That was the investigation. The lovely Ghost Sisters investigated last weekend, and so yeah, that's me.
AJ, you and your mother ended up investigating half the night, more than half the night with us, which was awesome. We invited you guys to join us, so that was pretty cool. Um, can you tell us what is going on up there on that second floor? Like, I think that was the surgeon's room area.
Yeah, so well, we kind of have that room set up as the surgeon's room, so it has all a lot of the original surgeon's instruments and surgical tools, and there's an original 1860 surgeon's table in there. So I feel like a lot of stuff is connected to that, um, just just like residual. I would think, just because everything that went on in that building. I do believe that every room would have probably looked like that inside the building at one point.
Oh wow! How old is the museum?
So the exchange is probably, well, it's 162 years old. It was built in
Oh,
1860.
oh man! I mean, this place is it's old.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
what do you know? How old is the kitchen house?
So the kitchen house was built, we're guessing around 1840. That dates back to the original tavern that was on the property, and that was built around 1842.
Oh man! Oh my gosh! I'm going to tell you, AJ. Soon as I got there on that property, I felt it. As soon as I stepped out, I was like, "Whoa!" Do you remember my reaction when we walked into the kitchen house? I really felt
I
like I was
do,
going to
yeah.
take over. It was bad.
It was kind of
It was
overwhelming because I
intense.
mean, I felt it too.
It was overwhelming. I know you said you told the spirits not to overwhelm me, but they
I
did.
did. They didn't listen.
They didn't listen. No, it got bad. I mean, it was like as soon as we stepped in there, I was like, oh my gosh. It had a whole new vibe in the kitchen house than it does at the exchange. And I think that's because, well, you guys don't know for sure if that was a brothel house or not over there.
Yeah. We don't know for sure, but a lot of the stories that we've heard, I guess you could call them folk tales, stories that can't be proved, I guess. But and then just some of the investigations. I mean, every investigation that somebody does in that building, you get some of the same stuff, same questions, same responses that we got. That
Mhm.
not going to repeat on here, but some of the
Oh,
stuff that
yeah.
would make you think that it's a brothel.
Yeah. So, what a lot of you guys don't know, AJ and a few others in Chastity and I, we actually did a little investigation over at the kitchen house Friday night, and we had the ink box going, and there was some crazy stuff coming through the ink box, guys. Hello, everyone tuning in. Um, it was crazy. They were calling it a whorehouse. The spirits were coming through saying whorehouse, whorehouse, and then they were calling AJ's mother and me and my sister Chastity whores. They're like, I don't. Did they say three whores? Is that what they
The
said?
three,
I can't
yeah, they
remember.
say the three whores.
The three whores. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. So that was crazy. That was really cool. Yeah. So that makes me think that there was something about that kitchen house. It had to have been something else. It had to have been, definitely. Now, I want to talk about which part was it? The area, the schoolroom. No, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it was the schoolroom when I started feeling really. I started getting really agitated. I kept feeling something like in the middle of my chest. My head started to hurt. I was getting agitated with my sister. And I'm telling you, my sister, every word she said, I don't know, it was just affecting me. Man, something was on me. They were on me. Hello, Susan. Yeah, it made me angry.
I thought I was going to have to be a
And
referee.
then I went to go do my a referee between me and my sister. That is, yeah, it started to get between her and I. It really did. But I think it was more because of what I was feeling too. And so I was already agitated. So it just intensed it. But I got nauseous. I never feel nauseous at all. I'm real nauseous downstairs. But as soon as I got out of that building, it went away. It went away. So what is your thoughts on why are all these spirits still lingering around there? What do you think?
I feel like a lot of it is just, what the building has been through all these years. It was, like I said, it was built in 1860. So by 1862, it was turned into the Gordonsville Receiving Hospital. Over 70,000 soldiers, wounded soldiers, were treated there between 1862 and 1865. So it was a lot of trauma. It was a lot of death. It was a lot of heartache. It was a lot of just sadness. And I feel like that's just lingering there because, I feel like, the people that passed there may have not gotten their proper burials. They may haven't, they didn't get to, be with their family, their last words, as they were dying. So it's just really sad.
Yeah. So AJ, now you've been working there for how long?
I've been there since 2019.
Now, have you had any experiences working there yourself?
Well, yeah, I did work there for a year, like full time. I was the caretaker, the curator at the museum. So, I didn't ever seen anything, but I've heard a lot. I hear a lot of footsteps back and forth. You can't explain those when there's nobody else in the building. There's a little rack in the gift shop that has rack cards on it that I seen it spinning around one day on the security cameras while I was in the office. There's no wind blowing in there, no doors, no windows open. So that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? Oh, I've heard a voice. Because sometimes when I come in the mornings, I'll just, as I'm turning the alarm off, I'm like, it's just me, just another day, we're going to get it started. And I could have swore I heard a man's voice from upstairs. It sounded far away, but he was like, "Hey, boy." And so needless to say, I went outside for a few minutes to get myself together. So that was pretty much, that was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, was when I actually heard that with my own ears. No device, no
Hearing a
nothing.
disembodied voice.
Yeah.
Now, has anyone else that's been working there, or just anyone who's ever investigated there, have they ever anyone ever capture any shadow figures or an apparition or anything, or photos of anything?
There over the years, there's been a couple photos that seem like they look like apparitions. There's certain things, like, because a lot of people take pictures from the outside looking at the windows, and for some reason it does look like an apparition there, but it's hard to kind of debunk those kind of pictures with reflections and anything from the outside that could be reflected on that glass. But nobody's ever came to me while my time there and showed me a picture that I could see actually something in it that I couldn't explain 100%. But and one of our curators now that works there, she called me one day.
Well, see,
She
a lot
was
of people
What's that?
Are we freezing up? Are we good? I think we're good. You guys, are we freezing up? We just lost connection like real quick. And it came back on. Did we look? Everybody, we good? I think
still
we're
on here?
good. This internet's been a little. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then. Yeah, that's called pareidolia. AJ, that's what that's called. Pareidolia, where people see images that, because we're meant to see shapes, we're meant to see faces, you know, and people they take these pictures of windows and stuff, and they think they see faces. It's pareidolia because you're meant to see faces, and that's what a lot of people see. So yeah, you got to be careful when you're taking pictures. It's just like we do the spray. I got to be careful. You know, pareidolia, you see a lot of things. People want to see the faces. They want to see this. They think they're seeing this, but no, not always. So it's the same thing.
But
now,
one of our, like I said,
what about this? What?
You were breaking up a little bit. I didn't hear you.
Did I freeze? Freezing occasionally, they're saying. Damn it. It's my internet. I'm out in the middle. I'm surrounded by cornfields and freezing up bad on your end, Jason says. Damn it. Can you hear me, AJ?
Now I can.
Okay. What were you going to say? You started to say something.
Yeah, I was just saying one of the curators that run the museum, or, you know, work at the museum now, called me a couple weeks ago, and it was like paranoid, and she's told me that she's seen some type of like shadow figure. She said it didn't have no like body shape to it, but she said it was like black and it had like, you know, edges all around it. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Haunted, like the ghost, the spirit that's in there. It kind of looked like that.
Yes.
And that's the first picture that it come to my head, you know, when she said that. And she asked if we could turn the security cameras on to see if we could look back at the camera footage. Well, that's the only spot in the museum that wasn't, you know, at that portion of the steps. So unfortunately we couldn't go back to see if she actually seen something or not.
Man, dang, that sucks. Now, what about the depot?
Okay, so
the depot,
the building, the freight depot. It was used, you know, bringing freight and supplies to the town before the war, and then during the war, it was used pretty much as a morgue. I guess you could put it that way. You know, as soon as the, you know, soldiers that would die en route to the museum, or when it was a hospital, they would just stack the bodies off the train that were dead already, you know, in the depot. And that's pretty much where you would stay until they got called up to where they could, you know, have burials and stuff.
Wow.
And there's also been stories of,
yeah, go ahead.
And there's also been stories of, you know, some of the men seemed like they were dead, but they weren't. And they were stacking, you know, actual dead bodies on top of them.
Yeah, I was just about to say that you told us the story about that. Yeah. So they didn't even know the bodies were dead, and they just assumed they were dead and just started piling the bodies. Yeah. I wish we could have got inside of there, because I can only imagine the energy up in that place. Yeah. So someone who has investigated that, the exchange and the depot building before, told me that there's something dark that's in the corner inside that building.
Yeah, we've gotten quite a few, you know, people tell us that they've experienced some, you know, I don't know if I'd say evil maybe, but, you know, it's like you said, real dark, and they gave it a name, and I cannot remember.
Negative.
I can't remember what they called it.
They gave it a name? They gave it a name? I wonder what they call it. The creepy crawler? What? Dark Shadow Man? What?
I think they said like a skinwalker.
Skin? No, that ain't good.
That's one of the
No,
terms that I heard, but I don't know.
that's not good. No, no, no. Man. Yeah, that's not good. That's
But
bad.
that was
All
just,
bad.
that was just one or two groups. There's been other groups that have investigated there, and they say that they don't feel anything but just the hurt and the sadness from soldiers that are trapped there.
Well, we ended up, investigating the porch and around the windows and the doors there, and we got some. I mean, the REM pod was going off, and we had them. They were coming through the ink box talking, and you started playing. Was it banjo music or something?
Yeah, Civil War music. They really like that.
They did. They were acknowledging the music you started to play for them. I really think they really did enjoy it. They did, and I also want you to tell everybody what you found on the grounds there, you and your mother.
Yeah, so between the two buildings, the kitchen house and the main hotel, we have like a garden area, and I was tilling up the yard, and we hit a couple rocks, or what we thought were rocks, and there was some rocks in there, but the more we looked at it, they didn't look like rocks, and as we examined them, they turned out to be bones. At first, we
Oh,
thought
wow.
we thought they were animal bones, and then we washed them off and cleaned them and everything. Turned out they looked like human bones. So we called the police there, and state police and everybody that came and investigated them. They determined that they were human bones. The one we found was a tibula, a part of a leg bone, and it has amputation marks on one side of the bone, and it's got a clean cut on one side.
So, yep, where they would have sawed off the leg or ankle
Yeah.
or whatever.
And you can see the blade marks in the bone.
That is crazy. Yeah. Ooh. And that is in the museum. We've seen it. You guys had it up in the surgeon's room, right?
Yes. Yep. That was in the surgeon's
You're-
room in the display case.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We've seen that. That was an amazing discovery. That could have also finding that could have also awoken something. Am I freezing up? I think I am, because we like disappeared and then we came back. Can you hear me, AJ? Pretty good.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit.
I must be freezing. Damn it! Can you imagine my facial expressions over here? Shit. Hello from Arkansas. We got people from Canada, Arkansas, and Ireland, and oh wow. Yeah, Deanna says a skinwalker is a shape-shifting being according to the Navajo, and she's correct. Yes, that's why I was like, skinwalker, that ain't good. So Pam says my internet's good, but okay. I'll take your word for it. But I know I look like I was freezing up some. Now, I'd like to talk real quick about my solo. The solo I did when I went over to the kitchen house. I was over there for probably, I think, an hour and 10, 15 minutes. Now, that was intense, guys. That was a little, I had to really prepare myself to go. How far of a distance would you say that is from the museum? Damn, Jenny, I know it. I figured I was.
I'd say 100 feet, maybe, if that.
100 feet? Okay. Well, anyway, I had to prepare myself to do that solo. It was creepy. It was really creepy, but I kept feeling things when I was there. Something else happened. I started getting that feeling in my chest again when I was sitting in the room. I can't remember. It was the ladies' room I was in.
Ella's room.
Ella's room. When I was in Ella's room, yeah. This is at the kitchen house, right? That was her room.
Oh, no. That was in the museum.
At the
The one in
kitchen?
the kitchen, the one in the kitchen house was Olivia's room,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I was in Olivia. I also did a solo over in Ella's room, but in Olivia's room, I had the cat ball went off. There was a lot of voices coming through the box. I heard what sounded like something scraping on the floor. And I heard that twice. I heard it once upstairs and then when I was downstairs by myself. Hello, everybody tuning in. It was crazy. And the crazy part is my brother, he even heard the same thing I heard, because when he was sitting on the stairs, he heard something and I seen him. He like turned his head and was looking. And I was like, you heard that? I'm like, that's what I was hearing when I was here alone. I don't know what it was, but it just sounded like something scraping across the floor. But I found it to be interesting that when you guys all came over to the kitchen house after I got done with my solo, and on the SLS camera, we had some pretty interesting things on there. Now, my brother was sitting on the stairs, and we captured an SLS on the SLS camera. We captured, I believe it was a female. She did look like she was doing some weird, funky stuff. But I think she was adjusting her dress. You know, she had her leg cocked up, and I think she was fluffing her dress, because if it was a brothel house, they would have, that's how they were. The ladies would cock their leg up and they would fluff their dresses. And that's what it looked like she was doing to me on the SLS camera. But, you know, my sister called it something else, but we won't go there. We won't go there. But it probably did look like that to a lot of people. But no, I think she was just adjusting her dress is what I think personally. But I do think she liked my brother. I really do. Because she was around him pretty much the whole time we were there, you know. I wish we had my brother on here to talk about his solo, but I think he had he did a really good solo. I think he said he bonded with the spirit, with the male spirit. He said he was bonding with the spirit. Do you remember the solo he did?
Yeah, the one right there at
we
the
must
end.
Be freezing up bad. Yeah, that he did. Yeah. So those of you who don't know, my baby brother joined us in Virginia when we investigated over the weekend. My brother is not a paranormal investigator by all means. And he's only done it once before with me. And he was working in Virginia. So we thought, hey, let's have the baby brother come over and join us. He's only 2 hours away. So, you know, he's like, all right, whatever. So he came, but we could not get him to do a solo for nothing. He says, I can't fight a ghost. That was his main thing. I can't see something, and what am I going to do if something's attacking me? You know, what am I going to do? I can't see it. He didn't like that. He did not like that. But he did do a solo. So those of you who were watching, my brother ended up doing a solo for like 20 minutes, and I was proud of him, and I really think he enjoyed it. I think he did. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't do it with us again. He actually got a lot of stuff, I think, from the ink box.
Yeah, because it wasn't very talkative until he went back up there.
Well, one thing I've noticed, AJ, when doing investigations, sometimes the bigger the crowd, you might get lucky and get a lot of stuff, but the smaller the crowd, you're going to get more. And sometimes when you have one person, they're going to be on it. And, you know, here we got my brother. They probably sensed some of his fear, but I think I think he was talking to a soldier. I think the soldier really enjoyed his company. I really do. He kept telling him to speak up through the ink box. He's like, speak up, because my brother has a real low voice when he talks. He don't speak real loud. So it was funny to hear them say, "Speak up." But yeah, I think the lesser the people, the more you're going to get. I think so. Thank you, Seeker. So did you enjoy investigating with us? It was a little different,
Oh, I had a
huh?
I had a great time. I really enjoyed myself.
Did you? Did
Yeah,
you?
I used to do.
How crazy it was.
I've done paranormal investigating before I actually started at the museum, and I used to really enjoy it. So it was nice to actually do it again.
So when was the last time you did an investigation before us?
Let's see. I guess it's been a year, probably a year, because we used to do. Well, it was last Halloween. We do our ghost tours during the month of October, and we usually lead the groups there at the museum on those nights.
Yeah. So AJ, I really thought it was an awesome place. Lots of spirits lingering there. The first night I did the walkthrough, I had a lot of spirits coming to me. It was crazy. The second night was really good. I've never really had a spirit make me feel nauseous like that. Maybe once or twice. Maybe I'm not remembering, but that was bad. And you told me that they are known to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're known
Yeah.
to make people feel that way.
Especially women. I don't know what it is about women that they, when women come in there, they all, a lot of them complain about feeling nauseated, or they get a headache, or, have to go downstairs. And that's actually happened to me before too. While investigating, I get really overwhelmed and anxious feeling. And the feeling doesn't go away until you get out of that room and then actually off that floor.
We have a question here for you. Dina wants to know, did anyone ever follow out if the slave, she probably meant to say, did anyone ever find out if the slaves felt like they were there, or someone named Virgil?
I've never heard that name in none of our research. I know the name Anna. Anna was one of the cooks there in the kitchen house when it was a hotel.
I got all kinds of names. I'm telling you, there was a spirit that came to me, and
there's a whole lot more, yeah, that we don't even know about.
I had a guy come to me. He was telling me that his eye was taken out, and they removed his eye, and he wore a patch. I seen him wearing a patch. It was crazy. But you said that you don't know. It was possible, but you didn't know
about the guy with the eye.
Yeah.
No, I don't know for sure about that one. I know there's one that they call him Peg Leg Joe. He doesn't have a leg. He's got a wooden leg. So
I did pick up on the guy with the leg that he walked.
We've actually heard him before walking.
I wonder if he was at the kitchen house with me, and that's what I was hearing dragging.
that could well.
You know what I'm saying? That could have been him dragging that damn leg across the floor. I never even thought about that. That's crazy, because there was a man coming through the box.
Yeah, that was most likely him.
Your mother said that you guys forgot to tell me about a whistle walk or something.
Well, that story is kind of like another, just story that we've heard, passed down. I showed you the door that was there in the museum by the restroom now that went to the kitchen house. And the story behind it is the cooks that would bring the food back and forth over to the museum would have to whistle while they walk across. So that way, they would know that they weren't messing with the food and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So, and there has been investigations where they hear whistling. I think I
connected with corn. Oh, I bet. I wanted to tell you, I think I connected with Cornbread over at the kitchen house, Because I was like, when I was doing my solo, I'm like, Cornbread, are you here with me? I said, Cornbread, they said that you used to come over here to the kitchen house and steal bread. I said, are you here? And there was, I don't know if it was an older man or a younger voice that came through, but there was definitely a voice that came through. It was a man. I felt like he was there.
I think you started connecting with Cornbread when we were in the schoolroom upstairs. And then I think he must have, went over to the kitchen house when you went over there.
He heard, yeah, he knew I was heading over. I think a lot of them spirits ended up following me from the museum. As soon as I said, I'm going over here alone, they were on it. And Chastity, I watched her live feed that she had going. She didn't have a lot of people on there.
Yeah. And it got quiet. The museum got quiet.
Yeah, I had a lot of the spirits follow me. I had a lot of the people wanted to see my solo. So I had a lot of people with me and I had a lot of spirits with me. But I got to get a new recorder because my recorders have been ruined. One by spirit and one because I accidentally washed it. So I got to get another recorder. I think I would have had some amazing EVPs if I would not have, if I could have had some device to use to record. Probably would have got some good stuff.
We forgot to tell everybody
about what?
About what we called upstairs in the wardroom with the child, Emma. I think you were up there, that might have been after you had went to the kitchen house.
Huh.
Yeah, it was so a child came through. Yeah, so the child came through with Chastity and my mom and TJ.
Oh, yeah.
We asked how old she was, and she said 8. And she was messing with the ball out there in the hallway. And we asked her to come in, and I don't think she would. She wouldn't come in the doorway. As soon as we brought the ball inside the doorway, everything stopped. She didn't respond. And then, a man spirit started talking. So I don't know if she just couldn't come through that doorway or what, but we got quite a few responses from her.
That's what Chastity was saying. There was a child. She kept mentioning a child, and the little girl Chastity mentioned her grandchildren, and the little girl wanted to come and meet them. I remember her saying that. And Chastity's like, oh, hell no.
He's like, I don't think so.
I think something might have come with me. She can come with me. I think something did come with me, but it's not letting itself be known. Not yet. But I do feel like I do feel something is around me, something new. But like I said, I've been saging. I've had to sage myself and sage this room, but I don't know. Something's off, which is possible because every time I come back from an investigation, I always have something. Most of the time something follows me, but sometimes it doesn't stay. It's like once I hear it, it'll go. It's like it just wants to be heard, Yeah. Mandy was at the kitchen house. Yep. I think the most active area to me on this location, I want to say the depot would have been if I'd have got in there. So it's hard to say because I can't include the depot because we didn't get inside. I want to say, man, that kitchen house, there was a lot of stuff going on at the museum, but that kitchen house, that's a whole new vibe over there. The energy that was lingering in there, whatever that is. I think because there was also, that's where you guys found right in front of there, you guys found those bones too.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion, what I was feeling, AJ, I think there is some bodies that they didn't get all the way dug up or that they might have had to bury there on that property. And some of them still lingering there. Probably not a whole lot, but I think there might be a few. Definitely. Definitely.
At one time, it was 700 on the
Oh
property.
my God. 700. That is crazy. I mean, it
Yep.
is crazy to think. And I've been investigating now going on 5 years, and it's hard to say, do I think prisons or jails or hospitals or asylums or Civil War areas are, the most haunted? I really can't pinpoint, because some of them can be really, really haunted with stuff. But the Civil War, there's a lot of death, a lot of tragedy. So, I mean, anything could be lingering around. I mean, anything. So it's just hard to say with all that build up into an area like that. It's just hard to say, because all these places we go to, there's so much energy in these locations. Now, I didn't feel like there was anything evil or anything, but there was a lot of negativity. But I think if I'd have gotten to that depot building, I might have found out a little bit more. That was going on in there. I think there might be something a little darker in there. I'm seeing 2222 right now. Just saying. Am I still froze?
No, I don't think so. I can hear you.
No. I'm seeing angel numbers 2222. Jason says he's afraid he will bring one home. I mean, it's going to happen. It can happen anywhere, any place you go. You can have a spirit follow you. So, AJ, you want to tell everybody where they could go if they, how to contact you guys if they want to book a, an investigation with you guys? What do you guys offer, and how much, for them?
Yeah, so we offer self-guided. That's what we offer in the museum, but we offer private investigations on Saturday nights throughout the year. They are $300 a night, and you get the whole museum to yourself or your group from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And you get the grounds and the 3 buildings on the property. The depot right now, you can't go inside of it, so you can still investigate it like we did on the porch and all. Hopefully that'll be done by next year, so that way we can have investigations inside of that too. And then you can, if you're interested in stuff like that, you follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook name is @HGI Exchange, and just message us through Facebook or visit us on our website too. And that's on Google. You can just Google the Exchange Hotel.
Yeah, and their prices are really reasonable too. It was really reasonable, and they accommodated us. We got to spend the night. Because we came so far away, they allowed us to spend the night in the kitchen house, which was awesome. They didn't charge us. Very sweet people. Didn't charge us to spend. Are we still there? Well,
yes, we're freezing up
real quick. It went out. Damn it. Well, anyway, I just want to go over something with you. Your mother had mentioned that something about you two flying here to investigate with the Ghost Sisters. Did she talk to you about it? So, since I got you on here, I might as well just say, I have booked a place, and I just posted the place on Ghost Sisters. It is the what is it called? The BIHL Manor. Now, it's $255. I already put down the deposit and everything, but none of the girls can go with me. None of these girls can go. So it's either I'm going solo, or I was going to invite you and your mother if you guys want to join me. I wouldn't. It's only 4,000 square feet, so I don't want to overcrowd the place. But there is some dark shit going on at this place. I went to the website. Someone had sent me. They sent me the link. It said, "Mandy, I'm a big follower, a fan of you guys. You need to check this place out." This guy sent it to me, and I was like, Oh, I'm on it. So I went over to the page and I just looked up the price. They had the prices listed, and then they had a little paragraph telling about the place, not like who died. They didn't talk about no one that died, just what people have, the experiences people has had. And it was off the chain. And there has been people bitten down in the basement. 2 people were bitten in the basement. There's something darker in the basement. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh no.
I'm like, I gotta go see what this is about.
Right.
I'm either going solo, or I was gonna invite you and your mother if you guys wanted to join me. It's totally up to you guys. There's only I would just have to divide the remainder balance with you guys, which would be like $155 between the 3 of us. But because I already put down a deposit. So
yeah, that would be very interesting.
But it's up to you. Think about it. Yes. Yeah. It is
So
going to be interesting.
What part of Ohio is that in?
Oh shit. Let me look real quick. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, I'm not for sure, but we're about to find out. It is, because you can look it up on
yeah, I'll have to look it up.
You can look it up on Facebook. Oh shit. Let me hold on there, AJ. I don't even know how far it is for me. It could be a couple hours, or it might not even be that far away. I know it's in Ohio, so it's can't be too far. But yeah, it's I think we have the place for like 7-8 hours or something like that. But there is a lot going on at this location. Craziness. Oh, it says here it was built in the 1890s. 1890s.
Wow. Victorian.
Yeah, I don't know, AJ. My internet connection is not good, so I don't. I think it might be
it says it's in Fremont, Ohio.
That's not far from me. That is close. So yeah, that's only like maybe an hour from me, if that. That's perfect. So, yep, Amy says it's Fremont. So if you're interested, just let me know. You can think about it. You don't feel no pressure to come my way, but this is a really cool place, and I can't wait to check it out. The date is September 3rd on a Saturday. Yeah, and none of the girls can go, man. I was like, we were supposed to take our men to the shrine, and Rick is doing some updating at the shrine. He's remodeling. He's doing some stuff to the place. So we couldn't make it that weekend, so we have to reschedule to go to the shrine. We're going to take all of our guys with us to the shrine. And so I figured, well, since that got canceled, I'm going to book something. And the ladies, they can't do it. They can't. Some of them was going to take vacation because, going to Tennessee, they really wanted to get to the shrine with our men, but they can't. So it looks like I'm going solo, or or if you want to join me, you're more than welcome.
Hey, you can probably count us in.
Does it sound like an interesting place?
Kind of creepy, but sounds real interesting.
When we get off of here, AJ, go over and check it out on Facebook. Check it out and read everything they say about this location. I didn't scroll down the page or anything. I don't even know the history. I don't know if anyone's died there, because I don't like to know those things. I just needed to know the price and where do I book. So I sent them a message and got in contact with them and went from there. So, yeah. I got to get there. I mean, they start talking all this stuff that's happening to these people, and it seems to be pretty crazy. Your mother says, yes, scary, creepy, but sounds interesting. I think I'll do a solo in that basement. I think I would get some good stuff. We'll have to see.
I think that's a good idea.
So
hopefully you won't get bit.
hopefully they're nice to me. As long, you never know, somebody could have been being disrespectful. You know, if someone's being disrespectful, it doesn't mean that there's something evil down there. A spirit, a nice person could bite you if they wanted to. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It could be an angry spirit that just got pissed off and bite somebody. You know? Yep. Jenny always did the research. My sister Jenny's on here. She always did the research for me, so I don't know anything about this place. So, hello, Tim. But yeah. If you guys are serious and want to join me, let me know. If you guys would rather wait and go to another location somewhere else, that's fine too. But if you all want to join me, I'm down. And I think the smaller the group, the better, because it's only 4,000 square feet. Has an attic, has a second floor or basement. I don't even know if it had a third floor. 4,000 square feet. I mean, that's decent size.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good size.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, you wouldn't want to. I wouldn't overcrowd it with more than 5 people. No, smaller the group, the better. Okay, so. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to let you guys know that I will be going live tomorrow. I will be doing some readings, full moon, mediumship readings tomorrow night. I'll go live. So I'll make a post tomorrow about it and let you guys know. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm ghosting out.